Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Hope your Saturday is doing awesome. For those of you joining the call today, my name's David Cutler, and I'm kind of head of team Posi Cash and also doing all the tech work for Ripple, which we are doing a rewards Ripple call today. If you have any questions, please, guys, go ahead and throw them in the chat box. I know we're streaming on several different streams. Sylvie's here with me, helping me out here, and I think we have some other people that are participating. I want to go through a couple of things today, guys, and I wish I had like a pile of great information for you. The answer is I don't. We're doing code. We're doing platforms. We're doing things in the background that just unfortunately don't show up on the front end. So all of you that are going to be on the call here with me live, we're going to be here for most probably 15 minutes today, maybe a little bit longer if you have some questions that I'm more than happy to answer. And for those of you who are watching in later on tonight or going to watch it over the weekend or whatever, it's going to be a quick call, guys, just so you know. Do want to address a couple of things right from the get-go, though, to make sure you guys are aware of it. So I'm just going to go through these. So number one, what I've got written down here is, which is a priority one, the point system. We're trying to get points in everybody's possession to go ahead and when the auction opens, that you'll have enough points to go and bid on things and obviously hopefully win the bid. But we're having some second thoughts on the postings of points, as it's not automatic at the current time. In other words, the APIs, the automatic programming interface that we're using between Facebook and all these other sites, has not yet been done or written, which means it's a manual count for the postings to get points. So we have to look at the Facebook page and then we have to say, okay, whoever it is, Julie or Kirk or Tom or Peter or whoever made a post and we give them points. So we're going to stop that as of today. Okay, it's too challenging to get these points calculated between all of the different people and the different postings. So there is no points going out on Facebook pages. Okay, just so on Facebook. Obviously, if you like the YouTube channel, then we can see the subscription, and you will like the YouTube channel, and you can obviously follow, and then you get points. That one's okay, YouTube, but it's Facebook, Instagram, any place that you can do a posting on a social site from TikTok. I don't even know what accounts they actually have for Rewards Ripple, but that is no more points going on there, guys. That's as of today's day, 5/18/2024, midnight tonight. So if you want to get some final points, go and post on your Facebook page today. Go and do whatever it may be, and you can pick up some points. Okay, but after tonight, that ends. The only way to receive points at the current time after that is to do a review on like a Google review or another review site, Yahoo, AOL, any of the sites that allow you to do a review on a company. You can still do that, send that post in, and we can see that your review points are actually good because they go from 0 to 100. I mean, to be honest with you, so if you get a good review, you get 100 points. So that's number one, which is the big address. I'm just making sure, looking at my notes with Paul. So you can still get them for doing the reviews. You can still get them for getting on the calls. That's the next thing is the calls are changing. We've canceled one call, which is the Monday update call. The reason we're doing it is because most Saturdays we give you an update here and then we're just duplicating it on a Monday, and there really isn't anything that is updated on a Monday. Over the weekend we don't really get a lot of information, so we've cancelled Monday's calls. So the only calls ongoing at the current time for the remainder of this month will be on Tuesday at 11 p.m. with Kelly, 11 p.m. New York time, Wednesday with Jim at 2 p.m. Where Jim will talk about the nonprofit. Now I done that for Jim this last Wednesday because he was traveling. And guys, we've had a pretty good response. In fact, it got me excited that I reached out to my own church and told them about it. And tomorrow afternoon, I'm sitting down with the pastor. I'm going to spend some time with him in depth, telling him about our program. So I reached out to him, he got interest. So after talking about it the other day and saying, hey, how much this can help, thinking about, my own personal situation, what's going on, as well as people I know that are struggling, going through day-to-day issues. Why not get them involved? At the same time, we're trying to do some fundraisings to help some people down in Haiti and some other parts of the world. So I have an appointment tomorrow afternoon, so that kind of got me energized. So that was really good. If you haven't seen the non-profit side of it, it's not that much different, guys, just so you know, and I will cover it here for a couple of minutes for those of you who perhaps haven't seen it. Number one, you sign up as normal. Okay. Once you've signed up as normal, then you will send in a request saying, I am a nonprofit or NGO, or I'm doing a fundraiser. So let's make this really clear. So a nonprofit is a nonprofit organization. Okay. It's registered as a 501c3 or a charter in Europe. Okay. We don't really, we're not got like a regulator where we have to regulate what we can do and what we can't do, like we have to with Avizu. So in this scenario here, if you've got a church doing a fundraising program, most churches aren't actually set up as a non-profit. They're a church, end of story. They don't actually go and register and everything. However, your school, it could be a daycare school, it could be somebody that would normally go out and try to raise some money, maybe for a school band or a football team, equipment, whatever it could be, soccer team, cricket bats. So we're going to consider everything. So what happens is when you sign up and you'll say you're a school and you're the whoever, maybe a class leader in the school or maybe the principal, headmaster, I think they call it in Europe. It can be anybody that signs up, and then you can say, okay, we're doing this project, and I would like to see how we can be awarded the additional points to raise for that project. So guys, it gives a lot of flexibility. Of course, eventually it'll be all on the website where you can read what you need to do to qualify. Well, they obviously qualify to get your own auction site and to get them points is going to be down to what do you bring to the table. In other words, you can't be, and I don't want to sound horrible here, but you can't be a mum and dad doing a lemonade stand for your son or your daughter, and you're trying to raise some points for her or his particular hobby. Okay, you can't do that. Okay, well, even though we would love to do something like that, we just can't do that. You've got to be able to bring a group of people that's going to participate and play for you. In other words, every time they play in the game, they're giving up points. 50% of the points are going to whatever they pick. So if you're a church and you've got a conjugation, or you're a school and you've got all the principals and all the pupils, then what happens is you reach out to them and you say, hey, playing this game, get rewarded for yourself and reward our school band equipment, or reward our whatever we're doing at church, maybe going out to a different country to build a roof or put a roof on a church, whatever it may be. So guys, it's a little bit open, but also we want you to understand it's not, I've had a couple of conversations and like, okay, well, can we do it? And I'm like, well, I'd love you to do it, but we can't open an auction site and put an auction site up for you because you've got 30 or 20 people. It would never work. For example, if you had 20, 30, 40, 50, even 100 people on there that are playing points for you, and you need, say, I'm trying to think, you need a trumpet, or a band or a drum set for a school band, or some soccer clothes for soccer shoes for the kids to play soccer. Well, you need a lot of eyeballs because we're not charging money. Okay, guys, we're not charging a fee. This is free. It's the design, the concept of this is all free to sign up and participate and play. And what that does is allows, we have to get money from somewhere, right? So to make things happen. So the money comes from you watching a commercial. You do it every day if you put TV on. If you watch any sporting event, sorry guys, I had my phone turned off, and I apologize. So we have to create money, and money is created from our advertisement. So before you can click and playing a game, before you can click and pick your number, before you can have your say, there has to be an action. That action is an 8 to 15-second commercial. Then we have to look on the other side and say, whoa, are we going to give you too many commercials to look at that you get upset and say, I don't want to play in this game? It's a real fine line we've got to get, guys, just so you know. But point being is, if you only have a small group and we need to get 1,000 eyeballs to get paid $1 amount, Yahoo's paying right now for 1,000 eyeballs of advertisement for 15-second spots. They're paying $3 and change, $3 and pennies. So if you think of Yahoo and you think of AOL and you think of all these other advertisement companies out there that are running these short ads, it is all about a number game. We need 1,000 eyeballs to get paid, whether it's $3, $5, $8, $10, whatever it is. So the more eyeballs are watching more commercials, the more we can take the money and put it onto the product. So guys, just so you understand it, this is this is a challenge. And the reason it's a challenge is because we don't know what you're going to bid on. Now, in a school situation that they're doing a fundraising program for a band, or if it's a group that's doing a fundraiser to get soccer shoes or hockey sticks or something like that, that's a little bit different because we know exactly what they're going to be bidding on, so we can put that item on the site and then people can bid on it. Now, the other situation is this. If there's only one entity doing it, then that entity is going to get everything. Okay, so there's no bid against it. So party A is not bidding against party B, which means now, okay, well, they're going to get everything for one point. So guys, trust me when I tell you this is a project and a half. If you've ever heard that expression, if not, you just have. This is not easy. This is hours and hours of coming up with something and then got to break that down and say, well, what does that affect? Where does that come from? How does that affect over there? How does that affect you guys? So on and so on. So guys, it's not easy, I can tell you. So in the nonprofit area, we're excited about it, but we've really got to define that. And the only way we can define that and what we can do to help somebody is a number game. They have to bring something forward to say, yes, it's worth us putting something on an auction site, whether it's your own direct auction site where other nonprofits can bid against it. For example, let's say the nonprofit is maybe senior citizens. I'm just going to use that word. Okay, so senior citizens, they may need transportation to go backwards and forwards to their hospital appointments, their doctor's appointments, whatever it may be. Well, that means we need an Uber or an equivalent shared car or a ride program that other people would want to bid on. So now you can take that nonprofit and put it up on an auction site with others, and there's more people bidding against it. So, hey, I'm going to pay 20 points to get a ride. Somebody else says I'm going to pay 30 points to get a ride. So, guys, I don't know if this is confusing you, and if it is, I absolutely do apologize, but it's just the facts of what we're dealing with, so you know. So the nonprofit is really cool. Try to get in on Saturday and have a look at that. If you can, that will get in on Wednesday, see if you can have a look at it. So the Wednesday 2 p.m. is Jim. He's still defining it to explain it, but basically anybody that's got a nonprofit, they sign up, they get rewarded, they get the points, they tell their congregation or they tell their individuals, whatever it is they have, whether it's their employees, whether it's their students, whatever it may be, they sign up and play in the game and get something for themselves, points, and get something points for their cause. So guys, it's a volume, it's a number game. Okay, so you know. Now Saturday noon, we'll continue with doing Saturday noons. That's important because it does help people from around the world. So we're kind of excited about that. But so again, no postings, guys, on any Facebooks or anything. Well, post, please. Feel free to do that. But we're taking the points out because we don't want a situation of we're spending hours each day, or Sylvia's or Jim or whoever it is looking to see about a posting, and then people are posting the same thing again and again and just expecting to get points. So we've eliminated that as of midnight tonight. Ongoing from here, you can get points from doing a review that you send in. Obviously, by joining the call today, and I'm going to make sure I get it right, the call today, I believe, gives you more points than the calls during the week. So let me just look, make sure, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. But I believe the points for Saturday are 50 points. So any of you been on the call today, that's 50 points, guys. So how do you do that? We're going to give you a website here in a few minutes. You're going to go in and you're going to put in the keyword. And the keyword today will be, let's think what it will be. I tell you what, we're going to do it as, we're going to put no more points. No more points. Then we'll know today was when we talked about no more points on the Facebook page or social site. So no more points will be the phrase. Right. So and Sylvia will write that here as well. So you guys have got it, and we'll post the form here in a minute. Just let us get through a couple more things on the form. So also you get points, guys. Don't forget for the other items which are joining the calls during the week. Monday was 10, but we've cancelled Monday. On Tuesday and Wednesday, that's 25 points, guys, to get on that call. Plus, the idea is you bring someone along new to sign up. So that's really, really good. And again, if you're doing a review, the points on a review is what you put into it. If you do a one-liner, you're going to get 10 points. If you write about what our program is when you do the review, you can get up to 100 points. So that's still worth doing. And again, these are all for the pioneers. Right. So let me go now back to Paul and mine's conversation, the attorneys, and some other people. So I've covered kind of the updates where we're at as a company, as in tech, what we're doing right now. We've had a little bit of a rough week, just being honest with you guys. Our tech team is over in what they call CDO. It stands for Cagayan de Oro. Cagayan de Oro. Cagayan de Oro is a lower part of the Philippines, and this gives you a perfect example of why we need to do what we're doing, guys, why we should never quit what we're doing. So in that town, in that city, they have a contract with water companies. The city pays for the water companies. The city pays for the electric to have street lights. Well, this week, everything was turned off. The city didn't have enough money to pay the bills. So there was no drinking water, no water to wash, shower, or anything. I wasn't there to see the final results, but what they had to do was take a truck out and take water around and then deliver water so people could drink. Guys, this just gives you an example of what's going on in the world and how bad it is in certain places. It might be bad all over, I don't know, but in certain places, people are struggling. A city closes down because they can't afford to pay their water bill, and they have to turn off the lights and restrict electricity due to the bill and, of course, the heat. Guys, this is what we're here to do to help. So anyway, because of that, we have not had a good, successful week in uploading things. Otherwise, today I would go on and show you some of the new email program that allows you to pick your email. So if you don't know what we're working on right now, guys, we're working on a preference of your email system. Do you want to be emailed every time somebody receives points? Do you want to receive emails every time somebody wins in a game? So all these different items we put in your profile that you will go in and pick which ones you want to get emails. And then you then at that time, don't get bothered. But at the same time, if you sign somebody up new and that person wins in a game, you want to know because your points went up. You want to know about if you're number one in the auction or if somebody outbid you. So there's a lot of preferences. So we're writing our own program rather than relying on somebody else, just so you know how that works. That's what we've been working on. Now, here's what I call exciting, but at the same time annoying. Okay. So I'm going to tell you right off the get-go. It's big news. Obviously, it's big news because what's going on with the group. For those of you who are joining us today and haven't been here for a while, and those of you that have been here for a while, you kind of seen what's going on. We started off with 3 potential ways to get points. It was the magic game. It was doing surveys that with our agreement we've got in place with Subway, you would get points from that. The magic game you would play, you would get points from that. And then what was going to happen was there were banners that you post in your local area, you get points. Three places is where we originally started with this back in September, October. Last week of September, first week of October, we started laying this out. Now, from there, we have now 60 plus whether it's games or programs that we are already committed to. Plus, now we have about 12 referral programs from things like Delta Airlines, um, other airline companies, hotel chains that have reward programs. This is without starting with any of the casinos that we plan to talk to those. We've already got that set up for a conference we'll call this Wednesday actually coming up. So guys, it's been overwhelming to say the least. We took what we had out of the Avazu app because of the problem with doing advertisements. And then we said, okay, how do we get the word out to share everybody about what we're doing with Avazu, restricted in countries from advertising? Well, we took out the app, what we'd planned to do, which is all the points and everything else, which were going to be free entries, write a new program. Paul steps up and says, hey, well, why don't we do this? We'll set an entity up with da-da-da-da-da. And we said, yeah, what a great concept idea. We move forward, we open up Rewards Ripple Solutions, and all of a sudden this thing just takes off like crazy, okay? It's absolutely gone berserk. We've got foundations that have millions and millions of people participate in their foundations, NFL being one of them. The soccer, cricket. I never thought cricket was going to be as big as it is. I am talking to cricket teams and cricket associations in India on a daily basis now. Explaining our program to them. Okay, once you've got one of these games or sports or participations that people are excited about, like we're excited about it, okay, all of a sudden it just takes off. Now, you remember what we're doing here is looking for eyeballs. But anybody in a cricket game, if you play cricket, some of you around the world perhaps don't even know what it is. Some of you most probably do. But when that batter goes up, is he going to get 4? Is he going to get a single? Is he going to get a 6? Is he going to be out? Did he get middle stump? All these are questions that you play in a very relaxed environment. So you can pick your question, the play happens, you get points. Then points go 50% towards whatever the Cricket Foundation is, and all of a sudden you're getting points for your game. This is interaction games with people while they're watching them anyway. So there's no additional time to it. And for the ones that are now interacting, there are live environments and everything else in the games. So guys, it's exciting. Well, because of all this, what's happened, the company, the decision has been made that they're going from the initial stock share, what they have with the company, and reincorporating, and I don't yet have the information on the corporation, but they're reincorporating. I believe the number they're talking about is 100 million shares, okay, which is going to allow, I know exactly where we're going because I've been privileged to some of the calls and been part of some of the calls. That obviously means we're looking at doing an IPO down the road. IPO stands for initial public offering. In other words, the company's gone that big in 5 months, 6 months of these games that there's a huge potential worldwide to make a difference and help people. So guys, they are going to reincorporate. Not sure exactly what jurisdiction it is. Right now, the corporation's out of the UK, but I'm not sure where it's going to go. And it may have multiple corporations around the world. May have to have one in different countries just to make sure everything's done. I know they're still working with the terms and conditions, trying to get that resolved. However, this is what's happened. So this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Due to the projects we're writing code for, we have decided, because the value of doing an IPO, a public traded company, is going to be in the IP, the intellectual property. Remember, in code, you can't patent something as such. It's done as what they call intellectual property. So all of the code we're writing, what does interaction and gives out points in our platform, we are now got to go back to the drawing table and write everything out with a description, give it over to the attorneys, and they are meeting with attorneys this week. I think it's on Wednesday. They actually have a meeting. I've got a meeting Wednesday. They've got a meeting Wednesday, and they're going to go through this intellectual property. What does it mean to us as a family? We're not emailing everybody. We're not emailing tens of thousands of people. Your family on this call today or listening to it tonight, your family. What it means to us is a huge satisfaction, okay, for obvious reasons, that we are going to be a large entity around the world, and we're going to get millions and millions of people playing that are going to help millions of people around the world. So what a win-win situation. But you guys coming on first is going to help you because if you noticed out in the presentation, we've taken out the round robin at the moment. We were going to stop that at 10,000, and we're saying to ourselves, well, hang on, we got family here that has supported us, and we don't know exactly what day we go live. So right now we need to reward them just for them popping in to see us on a call on Saturdays or doing some kind of a review. So guys, where we're at right now is we are in the process of moving to the next level in business, which is an IPO. To do an IPO, you got to reincorporate to get. You don't have to reincorporate, but there's better reasons for a corporation outside the UK when you're doing a public offering. And I think most of you already know the stock market hit 40,000 for the first time ever this morning. Wouldn't it be nice to be part of that and make it go to the next level, 50,000? So guys, there's a lot of excitement going on with the company in the back end. There's a lot of meetings going on with some very, very high profile people. Like I said to you last week, we had an airline contact us, wanted to see how we can do a reward program. We've got calls coming up this week with a particular person in the casinos that is going to help us with reward program because our reward program can match theirs. So guys, that's really about what I've got for you, just to let you know what it's going to do. Is it going to affect us in launch day on June 1? I don't know. I can't tell you. If I sit here and told you and I let you down, then I've let you down. I don't know. As of right now, we're still planning to open up the auction site June 1, roughly 2 weeks from now. And the pioneers will be able to go in and use their points. The idea of you guys getting points these other ways now is to make sure you got points to bid on the auction site. We need it for testing. You need it for credibility. You need it to be able to share it with your friends and family. Hey, I got points. I went in, I got a food basket, and 24 hours later, a food basket showed up at my house. Amen. God bless. Okay. So, guys, we all need it, but I can't tell you if there's going to be any changes on dates at the moment just because of this big update that's taken in the last couple of days. Now, Paul and I had a couple of conversations this week, and I know that he's heading out to the US next week. I think it's next week, so we'll have a lot more time to get together with him. And he's doing a lot better health-wise, and should be back with us very, very soon, guys. But again, he's doing stuff in the background that you guys can't see, and of course, we're doing the code, and he asked me to do these calls. So, guys, I'm going to answer any questions. If not, what we're going to do, Sylvie will put our power phrase up again today, and we will put up the form for you to get the 50 points for being on the call today. Remember this, guys, it does end 5 minutes after the call ends. So when Sylvie's going to give you the form here in 5 minutes, well, she's going to give you the form right now, but just remember the form comes down 5 minutes after the call ends. If you send in a request saying I couldn't get to the form, it's not shame on us, it's shame on you because we give you enough time to do it. So she's putting the form up and the power phrase she'll put up underneath it. Guys, go on and do that while we answer any questions. All right. So guys, I don't know if I give you a decent update. I didn't really have a lot for you today. I tried to really explain what we're doing to help you understand. I'm sitting here still trying to absorb it, guys. There's so much going on a, it's not even a daily basis. It's hourly. Another phone call comes in, another person. What about, can we do this? What can we do that? So guys, it's really, really important. So remember the power phrase, no more points, meaning as of tonight at midnight, there will be no more points on social environment. You can only get points for attending calls, and you can only get points for doing a review. All right, Sylvie, I see Elias on here. Guys, Elias is going through a tough deal, just like the Philippines are. I don't know if I'm spreading news. I'm sure he doesn't mind me telling. But his town down in Honduras has been so hot that they're losing power as well. It's been crazy hot down there. And Elias, because of that, has been working through the nights instead of working during the day. So he's not been able to attend a few calls. But I see he's popped on today, so I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell on this camera or not, but I can hear you, Elias. How are you, brother?
Hello.
How are you, brother? Nice and warm down there.
Fine. Now, yesterday started raining a little bit, which makes it a lot easier. we had like 50 degrees, 45, 50 degrees centigrades. It
Centigrade.
was, yes,
So
it was
what is
hot
that?
like crazy.
50. So what is that? That's 32 and 32, 64. That's 112, 114 degrees. Wow,
Yes.
100.
Yes.
Yeah, we the last couple of days have been over 100, but not 114. Wow, that's hot.
Yeah, I could not stand to stay outside for 2 minutes.
Well, please take care of yourself and the family, obviously, and drink lots of water. But I think you just heard the same story that, out in the Philippines, they've got this heat wave. They turned down the power. They turned it off for 6 hours each day. Some areas
Actually,
were even. Go on,
actually,
please.
I
Go ahead.
listened that it's worldwide. The same line on the map, worldwide have the same heat wave.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and people say, things aren't changing in climate. I don't know about that. I think we got some climate problems coming on.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
But listen, Elias, obviously we miss you and we love you, brother. So prayers to you and the family. There's so much going on that hopefully sooner than later, I can bring you up to date. But we've got, just to give you a quick update, this last couple of weeks, we've got all these major gaming teams from cricket, which obviously people in the US don't even know what cricket is. But we got hooked up with a particular gentleman from India where we were last year in Mumbai when we were out there for Amazon. And he is part of the Cricket Association, and he has introduced our product to some of the teams. Every day we're doing calls with these cricket associations. So we got really good. We had a call last week with the David Beckham camp. Didn't speak to David Beckham, guys. Want to make that clear, especially people listening. But his camp, we talked to him because he does a lot of fundraising and stuff. So they're really excited. But it's taken off in different games. We're working on a ping pong game now, so you'll be able to play on ping pong as well. So it's really, really exciting, dude. But we've got to be careful that we protect everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be checking. I will be checking all the calls on YouTube. I will catch everything.
Well, I'm just glad to see you, and I know we've had a couple of conversations this week. So let me also know what you need me to do on that other item you need, and I'm happy to do that. But welcome, and if you want to quickly say hello to everybody in Spanish, that would be nice. Just say hi and whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want to say hi to everyone over here. Y también quiero decir hola para todo y le extraño mucho, pero nosotros pasamos por una ola de calor bastante alta, entonces yo decidí prefiero trabajar en la noche y no en el día, por eso estaba faltando muchas llamadas, pero aquí estoy de nuevo y vamos con todo. Gracias.
That was it. Quick.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let me see if Sylvia's got any questions. By the way, if anybody is on this call and has a connection in the oil industry, we are looking for a connection in the oil industry. Please reach out to me direct if you can. We are looking for a refinery for a particular project we're doing. So if any of you got connections with an oil industry refinery or a mandate, please reach out to me or reach out to Kirk. Would be very helpful. All right, Sylvie, what do we got?
We don't have any question today, but just a reminder from Eric Olomu, who asked for an official letter last week concerning the airlines.
Concerning the airlines, you know what? I've got to apologize. And Sylvie, we didn't even talk about it all week. Can you put that on our meeting call Monday morning for our first subject to talk about Monday?
Okay, no problem.
Eric, I apologize. Just a very hectic week with everything going on. We will get to that on Monday, and we will get that worked out for you this week. And again, I do apologize. All right. Guys, we don't have a lot of questions, and I see some comments. Michael's talked about cricket, which is really good. Look, it's amazing the different, when you live in different countries or you're fortunate to travel around the world and you find out. And by the way, guys, the word is up. No more points. The Sylvia will repost the form. Remember, as soon as we close 5 minutes after we close, the form comes down. So please go and make sure you get your points. 50 points in this situation could get you a food basket or could get your electric bill paid for the month. So make sure you go and get your points. But it's amazing, Michael, the amount of games, or all of you listening, around the world that affect different people as in interest. America, I would say the number one sport. I don't know, but I would say the number one sport in America is most probably football. However, basketball's big, baseball's big, but it's not in other countries. But if you go to the Philippines, which always shocks me, Philippines sport is basketball, which is, interesting when you look at most Filipino people. They're a lot smaller than American basketball players, but their heart and passion for basketball. You go to India and it's cricket. You go to England, it's a cross, between soccer and rugby. Obviously, soccer's the number one sport in the world, from what I understand. So everywhere around the world, we're working now in this game, ping pong, which to me is not a big deal, but it's really big in the Asian market. So guys, we got a combination of these games and sports that are going to attract different people. And a lot of these sporting outfits have incredible non-profit organizations that they support. And remember, that's what this is all about. You're looking at it and saying, okay, great, I'm getting my points. You bring in one of those non-profits, you bring in one of those foundations, they're not just getting points, they're bringing all their supporters. So when you got a cricket game, and I just looked at Michael's quote, I think it said 30,000 plus seats. Well, if you got 10% of them, that's 3,000 people that now sign up, playing this and get points, and then say, oh, I got a food basket show up, or I got my rent paid. Well, it doesn't take a lot of success. That's what world is. It's all about success makes it the wheel turn. So all of a sudden, somebody gets a food basket, they tell them their friends, their family, and everybody about it. So guys, that's why you're so important as pioneers to get this success, get these things working. So, we're all excited. We're very, very excited. Now they're moving forward to the next level, making sure all the documentation, everything is being put in place, and then putting the IP in place, the intellectual property. It's really rewarding because that's long term. That's long. We're not looking to be here for a year or two. We're looking to be here for a long time, most probably forever, hopefully, and be able to help a lot of people. So, guys, I'm excited. I know this is Saturday, and I don't want to bore you with everything else. So we're going to let you rock and roll. There's no other questions. It's great to see Elias. For those of you that are in this heat wave, guys, please be careful. If you've got pets, be careful with the pets, because the sidewalks here in Las Vegas are too hot. The pets can't even walk. So please be careful wherever you are with the heat. Drink water. Be safe. And we thank you. We'll see you on Tuesday nights, Kelly's update call, or not update, but a call. Wednesday, Jim will be doing the presentation, which has got some for the nonprofit. And I will see you back next Saturday, and hopefully Paul will be with me. He's coming to the US soon. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. God bless to all of you. Please be safe. Be careful. Love to you and the family. God bless. Take care.